Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today on the first gen, what we will be doing is I want to clean up a little bit of the smoke that this thing just smokes a little bit too much. So I am going to have my dad help me turn the fuel screw the rest of the way up, which will kind of hurt that purpose, but I'm also going to tinker around with the AFC spring and also try to advance the timing the whole way. So another thing I did do kind of off camera, I have a clip that I will throw in real quick right here, but I did do new speakers in my truck as well. So these were the covers that came with. Obviously those won't work because these sit down inside the door. So you can see they're ripped, all rotted out, just junk. So I cut off the pigtail and wired in new ones. So they're the let's see here, 6x9 4-way. They are 200 watt speakers. So what it looks like is just looks like that in there. I mean, you can't really see it anyhow because the door covers it, but yeah, that's what I put in there. We will pull this truck into the shop over here and see what we can do. So guys, we're kind of having a few issues here. The fuel screw, it feels like it's bottoming out, getting tight in the housing. I've had that before. Then when I did my governor spring, I did not have it. I was able to break it loose. So then it went freely the whole way in and out. Now again, I'm having problems. It's not wanting to go in the whole way. So I got it in a little bit farther than I was, maybe about a half a turn or so. I worked it back and forth a little bit, but sprayed some penetrating oil on it. That helped a little bit, but we're still having problems. So next thing, we didn't have any runaway issues as you saw there. So next thing what I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can get any more timing out of this thing. The timing I have, well, let me just show you guys here real quick. I have the timing, it's almost against the head there. I think I can get a little bit more out of it if I loosen some of the lines down there so there's not so much tension on it and rock it up. So there's a bolt, or I mean a nut right there. There's one around the bottom that you can't see, and then there's one up the top down in there. So, and then there's also a 10mm bolt that holds this bracket down to another bracket. Let me see. Right on the bottom, right there, right down in there. And you can't really see it, but it's right there at the end of my finger there. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna pull the top off of the pump and see if we can mess with the AFC a little bit. guys, I was able to get a little bit more of timing out of this thing. So you can see, you might not be able to tell, it's a little bit closer. I would still like to, now down here maybe you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, maybe not. But you can kind of see right there where the nut used to be and now where it is. So we're probably almost the whole way, if not the whole way. So next thing on my list to do, oh, gotta put this spring back on there before we are done. But anyhow, next thing is pull the top off. You got an Allen here, then two 11mm here, then your 12mm boost fitting right on the back that comes from the head. Then you can unplug this wire here too if you want to, or you can just leave it connected and lay this out of the way. So that's the next step in our process. And there is the top of your, this is the top of your fuel pin here. This is a diaphragm right here. Just pull that out. Now, here you can see, whoops, way zoomed in, okay. Okay, so now that this thing, if this thing will stay focused, there you can see my fuel pin. That's the angle that I have it ground at. But you can see I'm getting pretty good travel on there. That little black line is right where it's riding on. So what we're going to do, you can see this sets in the top here. The spring holds it up. Boost pressure comes in the top, pushing it down into the fuel. Then there's a pin that rides right on the fuel pin here. You can see, you might not be able to see very well, but it rides right on the front here, and the farther out it comes, the more fuel it gives it. So the more boost you have here, essentially, let me get some better light there. There we go. So the more boost you have, the more fuel you're getting. So what we need to do is, I think I turned this down one turn from stock. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it back one turn, back to stock, and then we're going to turn it up a bit more than that. Whoops, dropped my spring. But what we're going to do is turn it up a bit, see if we can keep it from getting so much fuel so early. So I already have it marked from last time, so all we have to do is just turn it. We're going to start it up here. Got my block of wood right here in case anything happens, and we got the intake open right there. So I can just block that off real quick if it were to run away. So I don't think it will, but you never know. When messing with fuel systems, especially on these mechanical trucks like I had my dad here earlier, you saw, nothing happened with the fuel screw. So I revved it up a couple times, nothing happened. There is 65. So it clears up really fast. So right here we're gonna go up a hill. You guys will still see out the back window. That was about 3/4 throttle right there.